think I finally discovered where music peaks. I don't need to listen to another piece of music other than this for the rest of my life. I don't even need these. What are these? Who cares? Who cares? Nirvana? Who's that? I've got Nirvana if they were good now. We can get rid of that stuff. That's slop, right? This is where the good stuff is. You might be wondering, who are Nirvana if they were good? And I mean, like, come on. It's all in the title. This daring, determined, dazzling, distinct, delightful, driven, devoted, decisive, dependable, dominant, dynamic duo is like Nirvana, but if they were good. They released multiple singles during 2024 and followed up later that year with their debut album Mind, which skyrocketed the band to an unheard of level of global success. And it was also met with incredible critical acclaim and was followed up by a worldwide tour.
Thank you everybody for listening to our song.
So here's how I like to think about this album. You know how the inferior 90s Nirvana released Nevermind and then In Utero a few years later? It's like the more time that passes since the release of Nevermind, the more raw and unfiltered the kind of music got. Nirvana, if they were good, answers the question of how raw would Nirvana be if they were still around today and all that time had passed since Nevermind. And it's pretty fucking raw. I might even dare say it's like Nirvana if they were good. Actually, I think it might just be easier if I show you. As you can see, this certainly is music, and I'm not talking about Playboi Carti. This is like music by Playboi Carti if it was good. This music does fit into a genre. In my notes, I just have the genre as epic, but on further reflection, it might be that, as well as some grunge, little jazz fusion in there, maybe some IDM as well. But like, that's a poor man's guess at best. I don't have the IQ really to understand how to like put this album into a box, because you can't, unless of course, like the members of Nirvana if they were good, you have an incredibly high IQ. In that way, actually, Nirvana if they were good, they're kind of like the Rick and Morty of music. If Rick and Morty was good, of course. Some of the songs on this album end in a little spoken word piece, a bit like the poetry in To Pimp a Butterfly, if To Pimp a Butterfly was good, of course. I think these little happy moments are where we really get an insight into the real people behind Nirvana if they were good. These little happy moments, these happy bits, are a testament to friendship and true brotherhood. Kind of like Kanye West's and Kid Cudi's Kids See Ghosts, if it was good, of course. As for the best songs on this album, I have Snake's Mud as one of them. It's simple, it's short, it's sweet, it gets the job done, it knows what it's doing, it's pretty epic. Another of the best songs, and probably the best song, is Sawdust in My Eyes. This one is like an absolute odyssey that's been neatly compressed into just 8 minutes. Starts off as an incredibly harrowing noise rock track that shakes the earth to its core and will cause any pair of crappy old iPod earphones to spontaneously combust. And that's how you know it's good. Then it shifts suddenly, but brilliantly of course, into a tragic tale of trying to buy orange juice, but stores out of orange juice. In a fit of sorrow, despair, and rage, the protagonist of this song hits their head on the wall. So as we can see here, Nirvana, if they were good, are not afraid to shy away from these kind of more important, darker topics. You know, that's another thing that I like about them, is that, you know, they don't care. You know, they're crazy. They're just gonna say whatever they want, and no one can stop them because they're Nirvana. But if they were good, can you say that about yourself? No, didn't think so. Another of the best songs is I'm Scared. This is another song that's 8 minutes long. I think the title says it all, to be honest. You know, I'm scared. If I was in the room with Nirvana, if they were good, I'd definitely be scared, because I'm like, oh my god, it's Nirvana if they were good. That's crazy. I have a couple others here, but I'm just going to say every other song on this album is one of the best songs. They're all pretty epic. They're the masterpieces, of course, all 11 out of 10s. Yeah, just incredible stuff. As for the worst songs, I'm going to say Smells Like Teen Spirit, because it's overplayed trash. You know, that's poser shit. We don't need that. Not in my Nirvana if they were a good album. It's for hardcore fans only. You know, Kurt Cobain didn't die for you to listen to Smells Like Teen Spirit, okay? So as for the album cover, not only are these guys amazingly musically talented, like Beethoven, if he was good, they also have the incredible art skills of Michelangelo, of course, if he was good. And if you disagree with the take that Michelangelo wasn't as good as these guys, I humbly ask you, could Michelangelo use MS Paint like this? Yeah, that's what I thought. Going into the bit more depth about this cover, purple is like traditionally used as a color of royalty, and I think that's why it's the background of this album cover, to show that despite their noble upbringing, the duo behind Nirvana, if they were good, whoever they may be, they're quite mysterious, have humbled themselves for the sake of art. Truly like inspirational stuff. We also have little pieces of artwork within the album cover. It's kind of like Inception, if you've seen that movie, if it was good, of course. And these mini masterpieces represent different songs in the album, like Atoms, Kicking Myself in the Face, and Snake's Mud. Like, just such a brilliant touch. You know, overall, honestly, I was originally going to give this album an 8.5. Unfortunately, when I put that score into Album of the Year, it brought down the average user score by 1, and I felt kind of bad, because that's not what Kurt Cobain would have wanted. So, I amended my mistake, I gave it a 100, 10 out of 10, a rating that I have previously only reserved for one Corey Feldman, who I would love to talk about in the future. I will do that at some point, I promise. Thank you to Flipont for recommending this life-changing body of work to me. And of course, Eel and Hi There for making this masterpiece, because they're the guys behind this incredible body of work. Yeah, you know, rest in peace, Dave Grohl, fly high, King, and I'll see you in the next review. All right, bye. I'm going to put these back now.